Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together, and I also have inspirational shorts. So if you like what you see in here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So today we're going to be reading from the book of Proverbs, which is just full of so much wisdom, so much information. Um, I could probably just live my whole life based on the book of Proverbs when making life decisions because that's just how awesome this book is. But I was focusing on one verse from Proverbs from chapter 19, and it's verse 17. And it reads, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." This scripture is kind of near and dear to my heart because last week I was sitting here during my downtime and I was thinking about, boy, if I had a lot of money, I would just feed the poor and give all this money to the homeless and all these things. I said, if I had that kind of money, and I was just talking out loud and talking to the Lord and saying, if I had these funds, I would do this. And then I got quiet, and I heard a voice say, "You don't have to wait. You can do it now." And I thought about something. We just moved to Montgomery a few weeks ago, and I've noticed at one corner, one intersection, right before you get to the Sam's Club, there's always two homeless guys that are always out there. And I thought to myself, well, why don't I just make them sandwiches and put in a brown paper bag with some chips and an apple or something and go take it down to them? Because I used to carry cash on me all the time and I would give cash when I could, but I don't carry cash like that anymore. I just have my debit cards. It's like we live in a plastic world, like literally, we don't really use cash anymore. And whenever I see them, I'm like, man, I want to give them something, but I don't have anything to give. And then I was like, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, it can be food or something like that. I started thinking, why don't I just set out one day to just purposefully, make some sandwiches, apple, chips, bottle of water, and just take it down there to them. I have yet to do it because it just came to me last weekend, and I was like, next time I head out that way, I'm going to do that. Mind you, I don't get out that much, but I'm hoping that the Lord will remind me that once I do head out to, grab whatever, even if it's not a sandwich, even if it's an apple, a bottle of water, or anything that I could give to them, because I know that they're in a situation that it's not the best situation, but hopefully they'll get into a better one. And that could easily be me out there on the corner. So we have to remember to give back. And in this verse, it says, whoever is kind to the poor, whoever lends to them is lending to the Lord. And just in other verses, it says, if you're ignoring these people, you're ignoring the Lord. And I don't want to do that. So I think it's our duty as Christians to, again, walk this walk, talk the talk. If you see a homeless person, if you've got spare change, anything in your car, a candy bar, a bottle of water, an apple, something, just give. It'll make their day. And so I'm setting out to try to be mindful of when I am out and running my errands before I leave the house to just grab something quick, so that I can give, especially if I'm going that way, so that I can. And we always get stopped at the light there. So it'll be easy for me to just say, take this, have a blessed day. So I challenge you and encourage you to do that if you know where there is a huge number of like maybe homeless people, because I know it was like that in Atlanta as well, huge homeless population, or if you want to volunteer or give or do something, where it's giving clothes to Goodwill, which we definitely do that now a lot because we have kids growing out of clothes, or even volunteer during the holidays to serve meals to the homeless, any of that. God sees what you're doing and you're doing good works, you're doing good deeds. So don't do these things just to say, oh, well, I give to the homeless. Oh, I feed the needy. Don't do it to boast. You do it because it's what God has called you to do and what He wants you to do. Humble yourself, because no, you could be that homeless person. You could be the one on the street corner. You could be the one in need. So if you have the ability to give, we should give. So I want to encourage you guys to give. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. Every little bit helps. So I encourage you, before you leave the house to go run your errands or wherever you're going to go, just be mindful to grab a bottle of water, an apple, a banana, whatever it is. And if you see a homeless person standing on the street corner with a sign, just give them something. It'll make their day and it'll bless them. All right. And I'm going to try to do the same. Okay. So put in the comments when you do these things, like let me know in the comments what you did, because God is going to get the glory for all of this when it's all said and done. So again, I encourage you guys and kind of challenge you to be mindful when you're going out about your day, to make sure you grab something so that you can give to someone who is in need. All right. I love you guys. I hope this blessed you. Again, it's Proverbs 19:17. Reread it again, just because I always say don't take my word for it, just read it, but don't forget to give, because it's what the Lord calls us to do. All right. I love you guys. Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.